Welcome, Jesters. Yeah, I'm going to give up on trying the whole serious thing. Okay, it is funny watching our friends on the left, or the Democrats specifically, create the traps and then fall into them themselves, right? Honestly, I just hope that people on our side are realizing the traps that the Democrats are creating for themselves. So I mentioned in one of the last videos that the Democrats better be careful because they're kind of playing into our traps versus, firing government employees and paring down the government, all that kind of stuff. But one thing that they still haven't really realized is they are laying the foundation for the devolution of power that has been talked about on the right for decades. I remember this was a huge topic on Rush Limbaugh's radio program. The devolution of power from the federal government. And this was something that was promised, I think it was in the contract with America or something like that. I actually should have looked that up, but still, this has been going on for a long time. And, it's something that we have not really been able to achieve because we haven't had a president and an administration with the balls to even try, right? And this is going to go past the Department of Education. I fully expect other departments to be shut down somehow during this or perhaps the next administration, which is awesome. But the thing is, the Democrats are already setting themselves up to not be able to object to this because with what's going on in Washington, it seems some of the states have taken it on their own to assume federal responsibilities. I mean, it's very minor, but once they start doing this, they're not smart enough to realize what they're doing until they've taken over a lot. So maybe you missed it, but with the vaccine drama created by RFK, I'm not saying this was like 40 tests or anything like that, but a number of states have created the West Coast Health Alliance and Northeast Public Health Collaborative to cooperate and develop vaccine and other health standards in lieu of the Department of Health and Human Services in Washington. These are states taking over that authority from Washington because they don't think that Washington is doing it the right way, which is correct. These states are absolutely, they should be doing this. If they don't like the way Washington is doing it, they should absolutely do it on their own. And even in education, I guess with the threat of removing the Department of Education, there is something called the Blue States Education Compact being spearheaded by, I think, Illinois and Governor Pritzker. That's awesome. Yes, we want more of this. We closed the Department of Education. The blue states can create a collaborative thing to share failing education standards. That's fine. And we'll create, I guess, the red state public education compact and just create vouchers and actually get the kids educated. So we're totally fine with this. Absolutely. Not a problem at all. And even in a wake of the Supreme Court decision versus, sending feticide back to the states, some states have created the Repro Freedom Fund for whatever reason. Okay, you know what? Even though it's still murder, they are allowed to do this. It is 100% constitutional for them to do this. And then, of course, out west, California, Washington, Oregon, and Colorado. California, Oregon, Washington, and Colorado have created the Western Climate Alliance to pick up from programs that have been canceled in the EPA. These are all examples of blue states, taking over federal responsibilities. So really, why can't we expect the states to take over more things? FEMA was not a big topic this year because there hasn't been any major hurricane action, thankfully, and it doesn't look like there is going to be, although it is raining right now. But still, I am in favor of canceling FEMA, the whole department, the whole agency. Now, when you mention this, our friends on the left will start screaming about, what about, you're going to be asking for FEMA money when you're in trouble. Yeah, no, we're not. We're not. To be honest, I have no idea what FEMA does. I really don't. I live in Miami. We have been hit by plenty of hurricanes. I still have no idea what FEMA actually does, so I'm good with it being canceled. But here's the thing. Cancel FEMA, and what's going to happen? What can happen? Well, we'll follow the blue state examples, and here in the southeast, along the Gulf Coast and southern Atlantic coast, will create something like, the Gulf and Atlantic Hurricane Compact with, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, I guess Georgia, the Carolinas. We will cooperatively develop the resources and infrastructure that can be shared for storm response. right? There's no reason every state has to do everything. We'll just create an alliance among the states, and it will take care of storm damage because that's what we have. And out west they can create the Western Wildfire Co-op, right? They can have airplanes and helicopters and to train the fire responders and everything like that because they have wildfires out west. They don't have hurricanes, and we, by the way, don't really get fires here. I think there was one in Georgia a few years ago, but that's about it. And in Great Plains, they'll have the Great Plains Tornado and Flood Response Authority because they get tornadoes and floods, right? And in the off chance that there is a wildfire in North Carolina, okay, I'm sure there'll be some contact. They can fly the airplanes over and take care of the fire, and then it'll just fly right back to California. And if something happens like that one storm that actually did hit Arizona, all right, you know what? Off go the line crews and everything like that to, get the power back on, and yeah, we're good. This is something that the states can take care of on their own. We do not need the federal government, and I am glad, I'm so happy to see the blue states getting this ball rolling. So let's keep it up, because I'm right.